Combine animals, also known as Combinimals. This episode we're going to do a leopard seal. I usually sketch out each animal and then draw my sketch for the combined one, but this time I used reference footage that I had taken myself. I've got quite a few animal pictures that I've taken, so I'm thinking in the future I'm going to do combinations of animals that I have photographs of. And I find the feet on seals to be particularly interesting, so I wanted to implement that for sure into the leopard seal. You can see in the video how they move, so interesting. And then I thought it important to get that rawr face of the leopard in there. Made the ears a bit smaller because seal ears are really tiny, so just gave him sort of the impression of cat ears, but way reduced. And the big thing with leopards is their spots. They're like these clusters of 3 or 4 blobs, but they do have just regular round spots on their face, which I get into when I do the coloring stage. I got a little bit of snarl lines there. It doesn't read well now that I'm looking at it now. And this cleanup, so there is it'll probably actually pop up later, there is a tool in Animate where you hit the A key and you're able to adjust the Bezier curve points directly, but you used to be able to delete the individual points, but if it pops up we'll see the mess. So that was another thing I wanted claws sticking out of, even though it was the really wide webbed feet. Wanted to have claws definitely sticking out because of leopards having pretty fierce claws. And then I did the contrasting one, collapsed one open, because as you might have seen in that video of the seal, they kind of alternate their feet as they're pushing through the water. And I realized my nose was kind of tweaked, so I fixed the perspective there. Here's where I'm trying to use the Bezier curves, but just trying to delete a few points on the same side, it deletes the entire thing. And I don't know, they might have changed the controls when they switched it from Flash to Animate, but it's a lot more frustrating. So I ended up just trying to optimize and smooth shape, and then using my usual method of the select tool instead of the Bezier curve editor, because it was just frustrating. And then I wanted to put the pad in there, even though it wouldn't really have much use, but just to get that closer blend to 50-50, which I realized I didn't do much in the face. Like, the really only seal thing I did was having the nostrils that could close completely. If I do this in the future, I'll probably focus on making a better blend of the head. Start with the skull like I've done in some of the past videos. And now on the coloring stage, I focus on getting the spots in there, but let's fill it in. I also didn't get a dark enough orange initially, but I fixed that soon enough. Yeah, there was a few curves there where I didn't edit it ahead of time, like I normally do a lot of cleanup, but this time less so, because it was a lot less line work than usual. I just didn't end up with much. So start with the normal round spots in the face, and then I do the blotchy ones. I stuck with 3 for most of them, even though a lot of leopard spots have 4 blotches, like right there, that one had it. And then I forgot to, you can see how some have blue outlines, and that's called object mode painting. Forgot to do that for all the spots, but I still was able to duplicate them, but the reason I do object mode drawing is so that way I can edit it later on without messing up the other shapes around it. Like if I was to edit those, then the main shape of the skin would have like a void there. And then, of course, a gradient for the eye. I was kind of going more for the snow leopard's eye color. They have a cool, like, greenish bluish eye. And they're also my favorite leopard, the snow leopards. But I decided to go with a normal leopard's coloring because they're just more the ones that you see. And there it is, the Leopard Seal. Much longer limbs than a seal's feet. SuperFakeFilms. We aim to entertain. Thanks for watching, and maybe check out the playlist. Got a few others uploaded already.